A round of applause to Hulu Teletherapy for winning $100,000 US.
Hulu Teletherapy, you have 100,000.
Through partnerships with schools and healthcare providers, we plan to reach 205,000 children under the age of 15 to help them realize their full potential. So the project we are working on basically designs videos and training content for parents and teachers who interact with children with social communication delays, including autism. So in a classroom, you can have a child with autism, learning disabilities, dyslexia. What we do is we are designing training videos that parents and teachers can watch, and then they are paired with a certified therapist who guide them through that experience. So it's not just watch a video and do activities, watch a video and work with your therapy team to help your child learn. Well, 100,000 would allow not us, but parents have confidence in the fact that there is someone out there who is willing to support them, ensure their children thrive, right? Because for so long, Africans have barely nothing. So $100,000 is the education of society saying that we now want to work on social communication delays.
To create this sort of cultural shift that makes it not only healthy and wonderful for a woman to succeed in all aspects of life, education for all of life, but also makes it clear that when we succeed, it's all of society that succeeds.
Storytelling is incredibly important. It's been important to me, it's been important in my family, in my community. I think that storytelling is actually something that never goes away in life. So storytelling for me is every child's right to be able to learn and possibly master someday, so they can speak with authority and they can take care of their own agency. Simplest practical step is make education a requirement. Make it a requirement for families to educate their children so that they can't take their girls out of school or take the boys out of school, you know. And also, if you're in a country where it isn't a requirement but people want access and don't have the resources, then find a way to fund it, to subsidize education. Education should be free. The reality is that if we start to invest in people's health and their education and their well-being in general, we'll be able to create a world where it isn't a novel idea anymore that girls should be educated.
All of these skills that we're speaking about, they do come through in the projects and assignments that students go through in art school. And problem solving is something that they start from the drawing board, the brainstorming ideas.
Well, in terms of building leadership and collaboration skills, art, it just teaches children to think and communicate in different ways. And it allows them to tap into creativity, imagination, and possibility. I feel that if art was increased in terms of frequency, in terms of how many times it's taught in a week in school, I think students would be more familiar with the subject. So I think it's important to let people be familiar with visual communication. There's a lot of emphasis in early education that communication happens orally or written. And it's all about phonics, it's about how you hold the pen and you write, and it's developing your vocabulary. But I feel if visual communication is inserted into the different subjects, where you could introduce artistic components in science, in English, it would allow students to tap into that and let them become familiar and also make them feel a bit more confident about it as a possible career option.
It's time to think of how education will be, not only in the next 10 years, which is the duty of all ministers of education worldwide, but in the next 30 years, and maybe beyond that. We don't know which jobs this generation of children we are in the primary today will have in 2040 or 2050. We don't know how and to what extent the green transition as well as the digital transition will be actually successfully achieved by governments and society. Very much beyond the 2030 agenda, it's very much about concern and hope about the long-term future.